Pretty self-explanatory. The Minnesota Twins fire their manager Rocco Baldelli after a 70-92 season, missing the playoffs in 4 out of 5 years. Okay, yeah, that's not that good. Not good at all.
Hey guys, Michael Rand here from the Star Tribune and the Daily Delivery Podcast with some breaking news. Rocco Baldelli not back as Twins manager. That was announced shortly before 3 p.m. on Monday afternoon. Twins coming off a 70-92 season. They've missed the playoffs 4 of the last 5 seasons. Not terribly surprising, but still a manager who's been here for 7 years, someone who led them to division titles in 2019, 2020, and 2023. Ultimately didn't get it done this year. Derek Falvey, Twins president of baseball operations and business side, saying basically now is the time, not reflective of Rocco, but now is the time to make a change. So there you have it, breaking news. They'll look for a new manager heading into the 2026 season.
Okay, and they missed the playoffs 4 out of 5. 4 out of the last 5 seasons, and it looks like they finish 4th in the American League Central right there. Look at his name, Rocco, right there. Rocco. Don't forget ASAP Rocky trending. Third child, him and Rihanna, and the child's name is Rocky. And The Rock has been trending, popping up in the algorithm. I'm sure not just mine. And all I do is simply pull up this ASAP Rihanna story that I covered, and I can just take that slide, insert it here, and show you that it's not a coincidence, right? All with the language. I think there was another similar name trending. I just couldn't quite, it didn't quite pop up in my memory. But I think this is good enough to throw in here to show you Rocco, Rocky, another Rocky with the I, Dwayne the Rock Johnson. All of this stuff hitting around the same time, trending. Even fire in the reverse cipher. Look at how it hits with the 70 and fired after only winning 70 games this season. Isn't that solid right there? You're fired. Donald Trump energy as well. Okay, there's political connections with Minnesota. Remember Tim Walz and Kamala Harris, right? Tim Walz, the governor, out there, and the battle with Donald Trump when he could have been the vice president to Kamala, but that didn't work out well for Kamala in that battle with the character Trump, right? But you get that Minnesota. There's been a lot of stories out of Minnesota recently, some tragic ones. So you get that kind of like Donald Trump energy, the apprentice, you're fired. But that 70 lands heavy there with the 70 wins. And you see fire in the reverse cipher, 26 letters with the alphabet. So if you reverse and you go 1 to 26, starting with Z, F21, I18, R9, E22, fire equals 70. 4 out of the last 5 years, missing the playoffs. His middle name, Daniel, equals 45. Trump's the 45th president. Twins has the T like Trump. Twins has the T like Trump. Even if you think about twins, all of the Twin Tower energy with the 9/11 anniversary not long ago. Think about like Twin Towers, Trump Tower, right? Think about that. And, even Trump is born in New York, okay? And twins equals 22. This team, the Minnesota Twins, look, 22 games under 500. You see that right there? They finish 92 minus 70. Their wins minus their loss is 22. And it's the Twins, like two. They even say in the Associated Press article, Baldelli's dismissal came after a second, like two, straight dispiriting finish by the Twins. Two. This one marked by a major sell-off leading up to the trade deadline. The Twins went 70-92, again 22 games under 500, including just 19-35 after the July 31st deadline passed, following the departure of 10 players from their major league roster, with only the Colorado Rockies faring worse over the final 2 months. It's the language. It's like an algorithm. If you're talking twins, you're talking two. Wow, even that ASAP Rocky story with Rihanna, that was all 22s as well. And don't, we have the Tupac energy also, whose death anniversary was just a few weeks back. Okay, here's the ASAP Rocky Rihanna story right here. There was tons of 22 to 20 energy, and you could see how I pulled up that slide and showed you that Rocky connection. Okay. And ASAP Rocky's birthday, you see that, October 3rd? So I'm recording this right now, and it's October 2nd as I record this. So you could see that birthday energy and look at all of the twos, right? So these numbers are going to follow the characters, especially Rihanna. But yeah, you get all those twos right there. Look at that from that breakdown. And again, that Tupac energy, it's still lingering, I mean, because we're around his death date anniversary, okay? And you see right there, man, this guy's name is Baldelli. And Tupac, look, he was bald, right? Look at that right there. I I showed a connection with Bald and Michael Jordan similar to this and another breakdown. I can't remember the story or who was featured in the trending story, but there was a Bald connection with Michael Jordan as well. And that has to be brought up. Like, it seems like possibly like semi silly, but not really, because the world is this stuff is given to us off an algorithm, okay? Even Tupac's got the T like twins. All right? Even Tupac's got that T like twins. Now look, this guy, it looks like this is a picture when he was on Tampa Bay, I guess. Tampa Bay, even the Devil Rays or the Rays, whatever they go by now. It's probably just Rays now. Sounds more appropriate, right? But look, Tampa Bay's got that T like twins, T like Tupac. Now let me ask Google, What other teams was this guy affiliated with? Here he is right here. He was a player. His last season was 2010. He looks like semi young. He kind of looks like a former player. He's age 44. You see top story trending right there. Fired as Twins manager. How many teams did Rocco Baldelli was he associated with? Couldn't say it. Was. See if we get a straight answer here. Two teams. Two teams. You see that? The Rays and the Twins. Look at that right there. You get the two one more time. That's how we want it. That's how we want it on the fly like that. That's wonderful. There's Tampa Bay Rays right there. I don't really notice anything. There could be something more to that. Oh, look, Rays has the 45. Look at that. Rays has the 45 in the reverse cipher. Remember, missing the playoffs 4 out of the last 5 seasons. Middle name Daniel, 45, and they finished 4th in their division even. Look at that. And again, you get that, just to throw that in there again. I guess I put this slide in a few different breakdowns. But yeah, that Tupac energy right there in the year of the snake. Tupac had the double album. It was a double album. That's why I put that in there. All Eyes on Me. So that was a 2-disc album right there. And then, for all the trendy decoders out there, there's that Snake Eyes Nicolas Cage. Whoever runs the media, the Snake Eyes, you see that like All Eyes on Me, but whoever runs the media, they have to let certain information get out there to prove the world's fake. And that Snake Eyes thing just blew up, dude. That thing blew up. It is all over everywhere. Like I can't look at. I understand I may have a certain algorithm that's making it pop, but even my algorithm, dude, there's like freaking thousands of videos on that Cage Snake Eyes. Like they're putting that out there. They want everybody to know, right? They don't. It's just a shame in a fake world because you can't make a legitimate good decode that may rank above other decoders and that pop, right? It's going to be certain decoders they allow to hit with the thousands of views, get monetized, go live and not have any issues. A bunch of bots supporting them in the comments, manipulating real people to think, wow, look at all the people. I need to be in this live. It being put in front of their face on their feed. Anyways, yeah, second album by Tupac to chart at number 1 on both the Billboard 200 and the top R&B hip hop albums charts. So there's two, two, two to go with all the twos right there. All Eyes on Me. Remember Trump 2020, like vision, like eyes. 2020, you get the twos again, take the zeros away, 2 2. Remember Trump T, Twins T, Tupac T. Even Rocco Baldelli's birthday was Asada Shakur's death date, or is, however you want to say it, September, Remember, September's got that S like Shakur, S like snake, the year of the snake. Look at that. Right? Rocco. And this story, they fired him Monday. See that? 4 days after his birthday and the Asada Shakur death date. A 7-year tenure right there. Remember, Tupac shot on the 7th, died 6 days later on the 13th, back in 1996 of September, right? And you could look at that Asada Shakur breakdown I did. There's gonna be sevens all over that as well. Bam, right? Twin Tower energy. Even Rocco Baldelli, 111, when New York equals 111 and 9/11 left 111 days in the year in the 11th state and the two towers that look like an 11. He's on the Twins, man, of Minnesota. Come on. Well, not no more. His full name's got that 156. When the 156 prime number is 911 like emergency. Shout out to Richard West, who pointed out 156 on another video. Even Dolly Parton's trending with health issues. Her birthday is 119. January 19. Even chaos equals 19.
Minnesota Twins breaking news. The Twins dismissed manager Rocco Baldelli after 7 seasons. A very disappointing finish for Minnesota, which finished 70 wins and 92 losses. This is the second straight year that the Minnesota Twins had missed the playoffs again. I'm kind of a little bit disappointed. Who should be the Minnesota Twins manager for the next season? Leave this comment section below.
This TikTok era is kind of cringe. I know this may just be a YouTube video, but the TikTok era is super cringe, man. You know what I'm saying? It just really is. There's gonna be more connections. I'm sure there's gonna be more with his name. He's got an interesting name, and there's always Trump numbers and connections as well. Like, I had no intention of bringing him up in this decode, but it's like, you know, have no choice. Poor Mr. Trump, right? Not. Okay, so the Minnesota Twins, I mean, have they any, they're not in the playoffs with that record, right? But is there any word on the new Twins manager? Have not yet hired a new manager to replace Baldelli. So let's look up the president of baseball operations real quick. Derek Falvey has stated that the search is ongoing. No set timeline. It'll be by the numbers. Wow, this guy's got the March 19 birthday. I'm doing a decode like right now, and that March 19 birthday hit. Is it Daniel Day-Lewis? Man, who is it? Because I just saw that birthday, man. It's not Daniel Day-Lewis. Maybe it was this March 17 date, 2 days prior. That was the corn dog sausage on a stick recall. Maybe that might have been it, but I really think I saw that March 19, but that's okay. I mean, we don't, We don't need to hit everything, okay? We don't need to hit everything. We're good, right? So that's going to be my breakdown right there. And it's all like all this 2 energy again. The Twins fire manager, Rocco Baldelli. He looks familiar too. He looks like maybe he's playing. Maybe there's another character he's related to that they're not telling us or something. And that, again, an interesting name. Missing the playoffs in 4 out of 5 years. Okay. Shout out to the universe. Until next time.